Most people are not only tired because life is difficult, they are tired because they are carrying too much. Old pain, old stories, old disappointments, old identities. And over time, the nervous system becomes heavy, the heart becomes guarded, the spirit becomes exhausted. Because life was never meant to be carried through resistance alone. It was meant to move. And when released, consciousness awakens. Energy returns, clarity returns, peace returns. Today we are opening our energetic fields to welcome a profoundly liberating frequency from the emotional body chart. The energy of released consciousness. So what is released consciousness? It is not avoidance, it is not suppression, it is not pretending nothing happened. Released consciousness is the ability to free yourself from what no longer needs to control you. It sounds like, I no longer carry what is complete. I allow the past to leave my body. I choose freedom over attachment. That is release. What does a truly released frequency feel like? It is the feeling of absolute weightlessness. It is the exact moment you stop holding your breath. The moment you lay down your heavy shields and realize you no longer need to carry what was never yours. To be released means to step completely out of the prison of control and step into total energetic freedom. Pause for a moment. Feel this. Your shoulders soften, your jaw relaxes, your chest becomes lighter. There is less gripping, less emotional pressure, less inner tension, only space, only breath, only movement again. That is what release feels like. How does this frequency work within the self? When you embody a released state, you stop trying to micromanage the universe. You give yourself permission to let go of old identities, past mistakes, and the constant, exhausting need to fix everything around you. You finally allow yourself to just be. When your four bodies enter a coherent state of released consciousness, your entire system begins restoring energetic flow, emotional clarity, and inner peace. Your mental body becomes quieter because it is no longer trapped inside repetitive thought loops, overanalysis, or attachment to unresolved stories. Your emotional body becomes lighter because suppressed disappointment, grief, frustration, and emotional heaviness finally begin moving instead of remaining trapped within your system. Your physical body relaxes because it no longer needs to carry chronic stress, emotional tension, survival responses, and energetic overload all at once. Your spiritual body reconnects to higher clarity because distorted perception, fear, and emotional fog begin dissolving. In this coherent state, you stop using energy to hold on to what is already complete. Instead, your energy becomes available for healing, creativity, intuition, joy, and movement forward. Release restores space within the system, and within that space, peace naturally begins to return. Released consciousness transforms your relationship with yourself by teaching you how to stop carrying identities, emotions, and experiences that no longer belong to your present reality. Many people unknowingly define themselves by their pain, disappointments, betrayals, failures, or emotional wounds. Over time, the self becomes trapped inside old versions of reality. But release allows you to separate who you are from what you experienced. It teaches you that healing is not forgetting. It is no longer allowing the past to dominate your nervous system, your emotions, your choices, and your perception of life. Released consciousness also creates emotional maturity because you stop needing to control everything internally. You become more capable of surrender, emotional processing, forgiveness, adaptation, and inner openness. Instead of living from accumulation, you begin living from flow. This allows your true self, not your survival self, to emerge more clearly. From the perspective of manifestation, released consciousness is deeply important because manifestation cannot fully enter a system that is overcrowded with unresolved attachment, emotional heaviness, and energetic resistance. Many people desire new opportunities, relationships, abundance, or healing, but their energy remains occupied by the past. Old disappointments, fear, resentment, overthinking, and emotional overload continue consuming energetic space. Release clears that space. When your four bodies align in released consciousness, your mind stops reinforcing limiting stories, your emotions stop clinging to old pain, your body stops operating from chronic stress, and your spirit reconnects to clarity and openness. This creates energetic availability, which allows manifestation to move more naturally into your reality. Release also strengthens trust because you stop trying to control outcomes through fear. Instead, you become more receptive, intuitive, and emotionally available for new possibilities. Manifestation flows more easily when energy is no longer trapped in what should already be complete. Yet, letting go can feel incredibly difficult. I connected with the C.A.T, our Collective Angelic Team, to uncover the nested energies and collective programming blocking us from mastering this released state. They revealed a very specific gridlock across our four bodies. Let us bring them into the light. In the mental body, the block is being attached to drama. This is an addictive collective programming that keeps your mind looping through chaotic stories, problems, and conflicts. Your mind convinces you that if you aren't managing a crisis, you aren't safe, which keeps you completely hooked on stress. In the spiritual body, the block is held within the Third Eye Chakra. When your third eye is congested with collective illusions and distortions, your spiritual vision becomes clouded. You cannot see the bigger divine plan, causing you to grip tightly to your current limitations out of fear of the unknown. In the emotional body, the block is the heavy residue of feeling disappointed. This is the accumulated grief of past heartbreaks and failed expectations. You stay guarded and unreleased because you are emotionally waiting for the other shoe to drop. And finally, in the physical body, this translates into having too much going on at once. This is a state of chronic sensory overload. Your physical nervous system is completely overwhelmed by the frantic pace of modern life, making it physically impossible for your body to relax, soften, and register the frequency of release. To dissolve this overwhelm and reclaim our absolute freedom, we must clear these nested blocks. I invite you to take a slow, deep breath with me now. Uncross your body, let your arms rest heavily, and let us step into this clearing together. You can repeat these words after me, either aloud or quietly in your heart. Repeat slowly. I call upon my higher self and the Collective Angelic Team. I invoke the pure, liberating light of released consciousness to flood my entire being. I command the clearing of all attachment to drama from my mental body. I choose peace over chaos. I command the clearing of all disappointed energies from my emotional body. I release past hurts and open myself to fresh joy. I command the clearing of the feeling of too much going on at once from my physical body. I calm my nervous system and allow my vessel to rest. I command the clearing and balancing of my third eye chakra within my spiritual body. I dissolve all illusions and align with divine truth. I activate, integrate, and anchor this pure released consciousness into every cell of my physical body and into the crystalline grid of the earth. I decree to the universe that my four bodies are completely free, open, and released. I let go of control. I trust the divine timing, and I allow my highest timeline to unfold effortlessly. I allow the past to leave my system peacefully. I no longer carry what is complete. My mind becomes clear. My emotions become lighter. My body becomes relaxed. My spirit becomes open again. I allow release to flow through all four bodies. I anchor released consciousness fully, and so it is. Take one more deep, spacious breath. Feel the lightness expanding in your chest. Remember, letting go isn't about losing control. It's about gaining your freedom. Use this decree whenever you feel the collective weight try to pull you back into the drama. Healing is not always about adding more. Sometimes, healing is finally allowing yourself to let go, because what you release stops controlling you, and the moment your system becomes lighter, life begins moving again.